Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to agricultureinformation.com webinar. Today we are going to interact with Mr. Manoj Singh on marketing of agriculture produce. And the format of this webinar will be as follows. I will mute everyone in the audience except Mr. Manoj. Mr. Manoj will make his presentation. After we listen to him, we can ask our questions. And you can ask your questions by typing your questions in the chat box, or you can also email me at ed@agricultureinformation.com. I'm typing my email address. You can send in your questions to this email address also. I'll forward those questions to Mr. Manoj and he will answer accordingly. And if we have time, I may unmute one or two members in the audience so that you can directly talk to Mr. Manoj. Mr. Manoj, you can start now and unmuting you now. Mr. Manoj?
Hello.
Yeah, you can start.
Are you getting my voice?
Yeah, we are able to hear you.
Good afternoon to all of you. Okay. My name is Manoj Singh and I'm representing company Chandel Agritech Solution, and we are basically working in the field of agribusiness, especially in the strengthening of supply chain management in agriculture and allied sectors. This webinar, I would just like to make some informative things on marketing of horticulture produce basically. So it has been written agriculture produce, but I'll specifically speak on horticulture produce because agriculture is so vast and within agriculture it is known as horticulture. Most of you know about horticulture. What is horticulture? It's basically a growing of fruits, vegetables, flowers, ornamental plants, flowers. All these things comes under horticulture section. For the last 1 decade, horticulture is growing rapidly in terms of revenue generation, also in terms of new engines that are coming in horticulture and horticulture based processing industries also. So I can say that 30% of whatever agriculture GDP, out of that 30% contributed by horticulture. And during the last 1 decade, there's a tremendous exports also of horticulture commodities, especially fruits and vegetables, which surpasses more than in the last 1 decade.
Mr. Manoj, can you speak a little louder?
Horticulture is a challenge. The reason being challenge I'm saying is basically horticulture comes under. Are you getting my voice?
Please speak a little louder.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm saying that horticulture is basically there are a lot of because of fresh commodities. The post-harvest losses on horticulture produce is high, and the reason is basically horticulture needs immediate marketing, quick decisions in terms of marketing. When compared to a traditional agriculture where cereal crops, pulses, that you can store at somewhat for few months like that. But in horticulture like fruits and vegetables or flowers, because of the perishability nature, you have to decide on marketing aspects, and immediate disposal is required. And on the same hand, you must know about the markets also and the demand supply pattern also. What type of demand is there in markets? So starts with the once you harvest the crop from the field, your perishability, because of perishability, directly connected to buyer through organized retail also. And the third channel in case of fruits, the producers are basically giving their orchards to the pre-harvest contractors, which has linked up with the wholesale in the market, and then giving it to APMCs and marketing places, and then ultimately it comes to the traders, and then to the retailers, and then finally to the consumer. So you need to see which marketing channel you want to get your produce from market. And basically there are many factors that are responsible for marketing. You need to see the entire supply chain of that particular commodity. You have to assess whether my produce is linked for local market, or it is for some bigger market, or retail market, or some international market. So based upon that, you have to take decisions. And on the same hand, you must know the post-harvest treatments part also, what type of packing material you need to use so that losses will be minimum. And the time of harvest is also very important, because if you harvest in the daytime, then there are a lot of scorching sun, and the temperature is high, and the post-harvest losses is high. But if you do it in the evening time or early morning, so you can maintain the low temperature during that time, as well as after that you need to do the pre-cooling aspect, and then washing, sorting, grading. You know, it makes difference in the commodity. Even simple operation of grading can make a difference in the prices of your commodity, horticulture produce. So you have to see which commodity you are working on, where is your nearest market, whether you want to tap the traditional nearest market, or you want to go for some high-end markets. What are their requirements? What is management? How it
Hello? Hello? Mr. Manoj, you are there? Mr. Manoj? Yes, Mr. Chetan. We will be uploading this recording of this session on the forum. You can check out the recording in the link below, in the link above. Mr. Chetan, you got that link? Mr. Manoj is connecting again. Audience, in the meantime, you can type in your questions. Once Mr. Manoj logs in back, he'll start answering them. Chetan, I said you can type in, start your questions here. And once Mr. Manoj is connects back, he will answer those questions. And the recording will be uploaded in the link above. I am pasting the link once again. Chetan, you can check out this link for recording, for future recording. Harry, thank you for your question. We are waiting for Mr. Manoj to connect back. Mr. Manoj, yeah, you can continue.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can
So I
continue
was
from the
talking
point.
about
Yeah, please continue.
export related aspects. Uh, okay. So basically, for export market, you have to be very careful in terms of quality, in terms of volume and regular supply. It is important. And each commodity has got some specific quality parameters and specifications required. So you have to meet those specifications, those quality parameters. Your basically the pesticide residue level should be minimum, and then there are certain quality standards as demanded by different buyers. For example, in Europe, European needs Europe GAP certification. So you need to see whether your crops are Europe GAP certified or not. And for different in Britain, in England they have British Retail Consortium BRC standards. So you have to follow those standards. So it varies with place to place and markets. So those things are very important. The basic aspect in horticulture marketing is you have to maintain the entire supply chain management in a very efficient and in a very integrated manner, so that you can prevent minimize the post-harvest losses by maintaining better quality, and then provide your produce to the final buyer and ultimately to the consumer. So quality is one of the main criteria that needs to be seen in terms of quality export markets. Now, since horticulture I have chosen the topic, it's a very broad topic. I can understand, I can talk on this topic for 4, 5, 6 hours. There's no end to it. So, first of all, if a simple producer is there, and if he asks me which horticulture market, horticulture produce he want to go for, or where is the market, or so. But these things are so dynamic in nature that if today there's one market, might be tomorrow the entire market is shifted to some other place. Means place in the sense that commodities market has been taken over by some other. So you have to be very active in terms of getting the market intelligence. So that is also one of the main, about the prices, about the quality demanded by the buyers, about the volumes required. Then it's entirely a supply chain, because nowadays marketing has got so much of importance that earlier our farmers used to produce and then search for market, but in today's world you have to see the market first and then produce as per the market requirement and quality demand. So this is my submission, and I think if somebody is asking, I can be happy to share my experience and discuss.
Yeah, we have questions. How exactly you help with
Okay,
horticulture produce marketing?
This marketing services. It depends upon the commodity. Right. See, in horticulture produce marketing, we have different services. It depends upon the client's requirement also. For example, if somebody is asking, we have a mango of this much volume, and we are currently, so what we will ask him, where is the current market, how much price you are getting there, and what is the expected volume you are producing next time or means coming season. and which markets you want to tap, or what quality parameters you have in your basically in your crop, and we help them in linkage with big retailers, big producers, exporters also. It all depends on the volume as well as quality of the produce. And our feed, it's a very nominal. We charge on the basis of as a service charges only. So we don't want to be a trader. We don't want to be like a trader that will have some commission. We want some service charges from your this thing, and we will be with you till you explore good markets for some durations, and that is what
Okay.
we can say.
And we have another question.
And now another question we have asked is, what are the special horticulture crops? Yeah.
Yeah, please continue.
What are the special horticulture crops you are focusing? See, yeah. So, see, there are different horticulture crops I can say, and our focus is mainly of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. So those are the main horticulture crops I can say. And within that, each, as I told earlier also, that each commodity has got a different unique requirement. So once if some customer is asking us that we want to go for apple, then we will try to find out the entire supply chain management for that customer about apple only. We won't focus on other things like, because horticulture itself is a very broad. We'll focus on what packing is required for specifically for apple, what are the post-harvest treatments required for apples, and then what type of marketing efforts where are their markets, and demand supply, where is the demand, where is the supply, what is the expected prices they will get, what were the previous prices were there. Price is such a thing which is a very, you can't expect that prices can be predicted, but at least some trend could be seen that over a period of years this much of prices was there. So we make a strategy out of it, and then we discuss with the client, and then accordingly we go for marketing of such initiative. Then any other question? Yeah, can you elaborate on market linkage? See, market linkage is nothing but basically connecting producers directly to the buyers. We always think that trader is basically exploiting farmers. That is truly the case, but not all traders, and not we can't eliminate trader from the chain. That is also a fact which everybody knows. So what is required is, what trader has and the buyer don't have is basically the knowledge of market. Which market prices, because farmers are at the mercy of trader because they produce and then search for markets, while traders know the markets and then accordingly they find the real produce and ask for that producer to get those things from that thing. I can give you an example of pomegranate. You can see for the over a period of last many years, pomegranate prices are so high. So now a lot of companies have started doing pomegranate production and all, because it has got a very good demand nationally as well as international demand. So you have to be very careful in selection of crop. And for example, some people are going for very generalized crops like what do you call it? It depend upon the place. But for example, if it is a leafy vegetables or any, for example, brinjal. Brinjal is a very generalized vegetable crop. But you have to see the seasonal pattern of arrival of vegetable in terms in different markets. Accordingly, then you can go for such tackling markets in, like in off season, trying for some off season vegetable and then search for market accordingly, then to get higher prices for that. Then there's one question: do farmers come to you for counseling? Do you charge them for this service? Yes, farmers do come for me for counseling and for other services, and we don't charge from the farmers. That is there. but it depends upon farmer also. If farmer is 100-acre landlord and they are asking for charge, we'll definitely go for charging him. Not for 1 acre or 2 acre farmer, but definitely for more than 5-6 acre farmer, we will definitely go for, because he's not doing any basically he's not doing any sort of this thing, because anything is free is not good for anything which comes free is not good. That is what I can say.
Okay.
But never to be afraid. Our charges are not so great, like, because it's agriculture thing. So that is what I can say. Next is we do both inside India as well as we help in exporting also. For example, in exports we have tried for mangoes from Gujarat to UAE Gulf through Mumbai, and we directly connected lot of producers, farmers associations and farmers from this part Gujarat to for export of mangoes to Dubai. And then in the past also we have organized some buyer seller conferences where we managed to pass on the banana from South India, from Kerala to Gulf. And because of such initiative, retail chains in Dubai and UAE, they have asked us to organize same event in Dubai, and there were some other event organizers who organized such event. There they have invited both organized retailers in Gulf countries have invited Indian producers, and after that lot of this thing is banana has gone out.
Okay.
That is what is one.
Okay. Mr. Harry has one question. Can you please tell us how you started?
Can you please tell us about
What was your prior background experience?
Background experience, how big is your firm today in terms of number? Okay. See, let me give you my brief background. I am basically a agriculture graduate and postgraduate in horticulture with management background. And my prior experience is basically into 3-4 different aspects. One, I was working earlier with one of the previous research institution of India on post-harvest technology of fruits and vegetables. Then I have worked with farmers associations in terms of market linkages, and my third association was with some corporates in terms of marketing aspects. So that was my experience, and recently I had one good assignment with Asian Development Bank on agribusiness assessment scenario in 6 states of India. That is Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, Gujarat, Assam and UP. How big is your firm? It's a very small number of people, team is there. It's less than 10 people who share in my firm, and number of projects executed in the last 12 months. Actually, there are 3 or 4 projects we were handling during the last 2 months. One is on consulting aspects on this agribusiness assessment scenario. Other is on some marketing related reports for some companies, and then for farmers we generally there are a lot many. I can't count the number of projects we have done for small farmers I'm talking, and for some exporters we have done it, that mango thing we have done. So this is what we have done.
Okay. Mr. Guru has one question. Key things to consider in horticulture.